但以理书1章，主题：神决定给以色列的定命，就是70个期的内容。The destiny of Israel, apportioned out by God, the contents of the 70 weeks. 但以理书1章，神选民堕落的结果，被掳到巴比伦。The issue of the degradation of God's elect, the captivity to Babylon. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. Amen. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, into his hand with some of the vessels of the house of God, and he brought them into the land of Shinar to the house of his God, and he brought the vessels into the treasury of his God. 神堕落的选民中年轻的后裔，包括但以理在被掳之中，胜过撒旦进一步的诡计。The victory in their captivity of the young descendants, including Daniel, of God's degraded, elect over Satan's further deceives, 胜过属鬼的饮食 over the demonic diet. 第3节 Then the king told Ashpenaz, the chief of his eunuchs, to bring some of the sons of Israel, including some from the royal seed and from the nobility, children in whom was no defect, who were good in appearance, who showed insight in all wisdom, understanding in knowledge, and apprehension in thought, and in whom was the ability to stand in the king's palace. And he told him to teach them the learning and the language of Chaldeans. And the king appointed to them a daily proportion from the king's choice provision, and from the wine that he drank. And he appointed them that they should be brought up for 3 years, so that at the end of the time they might stand before the king. Now among these from the sons of Judah were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, and the leaders of the eunuchs gave them names. He gave Daniel the name Belteshazzar, Hananiah the name Sardarka, Mishael the name of Meshach, and Azariah the name Abednego. But Daniel set his heart not to defile himself with the king's choice provision and with the wine that the king drank. So he requested of the leader of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. And God granted Daniel favor and compassion in the sight of the leader of the eunuch. eunuchs, 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 eunuchs. And the leader of the eunuchs said to Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who has appointed your food and drink. For why should he see your faces being morose, than those of the children of whom are of your own age? Then you will bring guilt upon my head before the king. Then Daniel said to the steward, whom the leader of the eunuchs had appointed over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, please test your servants for 10 days, and that the vegetables be given to us to eat and water to drink, then that our countenance being watched in your presence, as well as the countenance of the children who eat the king's choice provision, and do with your servants according to what you see. So he listened to them in this matter and tested them for 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their countenance appeared better, and they were more fully fledged than all the children who ate the king's choice provision. Therefore, the steward withheld their portion of the choice provision and the wine that they were to drink, and gave them vegetables. Now, as for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and insight in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Then at the end of the 8 days, when the king had said that the children should be brought in, the leader of the eunuchs brought them in better Nebuchadnezzar. And the king spoke with them, and among them all none were found like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore they stood in the presence of the king, and in every matter of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and the conjurers who were in all his realm. And Daniel continued until the first year of Cyrus the king. Amen.